Hello and welcome back to the cruel, brutal, dystopian capitalist dictatorship of Kuala Lumpur. I hope you're having an amazing day, because if you're having an amazing day, why, I'm having an amazing day. And if I'm having an amazing day, you should also be having an amazing day. Are you having an amazing day? Then I'm having an amazing day. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for giving me almost 3,200 subscribers. Manyak kamsia. Thank you so much for all your support from abroad and at home. You don't know how much this means to me. Now, first of all, I need to clarify something. On Twitter, I said that I was no longer a Marxist. I was a Peranakan socialist. And understandably, quite a number of Marxists were rather upset. In fact, they said I'd abandoned the class struggle. But the truth is that I'm simply being true to myself. For years and years, I tried to reconcile my Baba Nyonya identity with Marxism. I tried to reconcile adat and rootedness in Nusantara with the Marxist class struggle, but finally I've come home to the realization that no, Marxism is simply not compatible with Malaysia. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a socialist anymore. I still am, but I'm a socialist who's merely being true to himself. You know, I did say a couple of years ago already that I was a non-Marxian socialist. Now, I have read Volume 1 of Das Kapital, yes. I have indeed read State and Revolution, and I've certainly read the Communist Manifesto. But, well, in a nutshell, one of the reasons why I was turned off from Marxism, and I decided to turn this channel into a Peranakan socialist channel, is simply because the flattening of Marxism in this multiracial, non-homogeneous society simply does not work. The assumption that all the workers of all communities will simply get together and overthrow the ruling class together in some fiery revolution is a pipe dream. It doesn't mean I don't believe in social justice, but when you say that all of us are comrades, that means you're saying that the Chawabeng out there who calls me a banana, me, a Peranakan, a banana, is my comrade. No. The workers who call my ama, my grandmother, a running dog because she didn't speak Mandarin and she taught English, those workers are not my comrades. They are my enemy. So no, I do not assume that every single worker is my friend, and I do not assume that the proletariat are inherently revolutionary or progressive simply by virtue of being working class. But that does not mean I don't believe in social justice or human dignity. Communism, they tried to apply it for 40 years. Chin Peng led a jungle war for nearly 40 years, but to no avail because it simply cannot take root in this country. But that doesn't mean we can't have our own version of Nusantaran socialism. Like, what did Tunku Abdul Rahman say, our first Prime Minister? I want a happy Malaysia, not a powerful one. I want homes instead of barracks, food instead of bullets, and clothing instead of uniforms. Yes, that type of socialism is attainable. But in a society like Malaysia, where, you know, people are simply where the material conditions are simply vastly different from the material conditions in Europe, European republics, for example, we have a sultan. So just so we're clear, I'm not against Marxism being studied in academic institutions, and I'm certainly not against it being taught at universities. However, the fact of the matter is that this channel will no longer be a Marxist channel, but it will be a channel that basically tries to revive the soul of the Peranakan identity, because for far too long we have witnessed, much to my chagrin, the Peranakan identity drifting too much into the sinosphere. And basically, when you had Peranakans like Lim Boon Keng, for example, who believed that the Babas and the Nyonyas had lost their roots and had to be recentered into a Chinese identity. And there are many people today who share his views that indeed the Peranakans have lost something very valuable. You know, it behooves me to make this channel in order to recenter the focus on Nusantara and recenter the base of Peranakan culture on the Nusantaran world. Because the fact of the matter is that many modern Baba Nyonyas today, many of them, are very, very sheepish about proximity to Malayness. It's not just Lim Boon Keng, even many young Peranakans who want to claim market share from Peranakan culture will try to reframe the Baba Nyonyas as simply Chinese people who adopted some aesthetics of the Malay world, but not treat the Malay world as the base of the culture. You see, in fact, Peranakan means born of the soil, right? So, yeah, that's my purpose on this channel, basically to make sure that the flame of my culture does not die or doesn't get re-sinicized and lose its inherent essence. But more importantly, yes, I still believe in socialism, I still believe in social justice, just not of the Marxist variant, okay? Maybe of the Tan Cheng Lock variant, yes, not the Marxist one. But anyway, today I'm going to be singing you a song, as promised, to thank you for the 3,200 subscribers. And this song is called Tunggu Sekejap by P. Ramlee, the famous Malaysian film star in his hit film Sergeant Hassan, which is a film about duty and heroism and, you know, and basically one of the greatest films in classic Malaysian cinema. And I love this song because it really resonates with my soul as a son of Nusantara. I don't consider Fujian or Beijing to be my North Star. I consider the very soil that raised me, Nusantara, to be my North Star. And I want to make this song, I want to sing this song as a thank you to all my subscribers. And my Marxist subscribers, look, I'm still your friend. If you waged a revolution, I won't stand against you. I'll still feed you, but I'm not taking up arms with you, okay? Got that? Faham? Okay, let's go. Tunggu sekejap, wahai kasih, kerana hujan masih renyai. Tunggu sekejap dalam pelukan asmaraku. Jangan bimbang, walaupun siang akan menjelma. Malam belum puas ku bercumbu dengan dinda. Tunggu sekejap, wahai kasih, tunggulah sampai hujan teduh. Mari ku dendam, jangan mengenang orang jauh. Jangan pulang, jangan rindukan aku seorang. Tunku sekejap, tunggu sekejap, tunggu kasih tunggu. Well, sorry about my crappy singing, but a promise is a promise and I never break my promises. You know, my former comrades, if you want to say comrades, my former Marxist comrades are still welcome to follow my channel. If you come to Malaysia, I'll still feed you, not standing in the way of your revolution. But at the same time, I've decided to take the peaceful man's route. You know, as long as you don't touch my grandmother's kebaya, and you don't touch my grandfather's sarong, this is my grandfather's sarong, we're all good. As long as you respect the adat and the culture and the customs of this land, we're all good, you know. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much once again for my 3,200 subscribers, almost, and have a wonderful day. I'm heading off to class now. Yeah, and I don't speak on behalf of the Baba Nyonya community, so, you know, don't take it to mean that I'm some Lim Lien Gyok figure of the Peranakan community. I am not. I'm merely speaking my own truth from my own perspective, okay? Well, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.